Maja, John, Nad, and Juanito in my hotel room on the east side of Asheville, North Carolina on Saturday morning, the 4th of October, about 10 in the morning. I'm going to make some comments about what I call my prophet voice. I just said to my friend Tom Kilby, in reference to the pretty rough way I fired a friend last night, there aren't many people walking around on the planet who will say that they have a prophet voice or see that as part of their mission. But when I had my big spiritual experience, which I sometimes call my first initiation, on June 26, 2019, this prophet voice opened up in me. This guy who had been too nice a guy for most of his life will just read people. I'll give some examples. It just started happening, and I stand behind it. It feels right. And I think all of us sometimes have to fire people. People who have become dead weight in our lives or always were that way. People that you never should have accepted as a friend or a partner or as a lover. You need to get rid of them. And bless them on their way and wish them well. Not decide they're bad people, but they're bad for you. One of the men from my men's group, my Chicago men's group, we were 3 years in Chicago and then 20 years long distance. And I fired this one guy when he wrote me and said, I know I've been a bad friend for the last year. You don't write asking for money from the road. I was 5 years on the road. You write just looking for emotional support, and I haven't replied, and here's why. I honestly feel that your cowboy period here is irresponsible. And I just have judgments about it. And he said that like, well, I just do. So that's just the truth. So I sent him a video from Los Fresnos, Texas, from my hotel room there. 5-minute video in which I said, fuck you about 8 different ways. And I seriously read him out of my life. My sister-in-law, who never liked me, when in Chicago on the 3rd year of my 5 years on the road, called it immature and juvenile and said, when are you going to grow up? I said, when you first became my sister-in-law, you didn't say that to me, but you said it about people who were like me. The movie The Big Chill, those were my people. They were literally my same class in college, and they were my style of searching. They were searchers who didn't stop growing, didn't stop asking questions. And you are the daughter of Depression-era parents, immigrants from Ukraine, and you have their consciousness, which is you keep your head down, you keep your job, you don't take any chances. And you've been bad for your daughters because you instill in them, don't take chances. No, don't aim high. Thank God my brothers said, you can do anything you want. They got their drive and their ambition from him, and they've been extraordinary successes. And now he's been dead and gone 5 years, and you still have not forgiven him for leaving you broke, and nobody understood where his money went because he is a successful lawyer and had money. He was a man of secrets, a tormented man, doing the best he could. And when do you ever plan to forgive him? So I didn't say you're out of my life, but she decided for herself that she's out of my life. And the really unfortunate big price I paid for that is that my favorite niece, I adore that girl, whose policy is don't you dare ever say anything against my mother. Has fired me. That hurts a lot. But you got to do it sometimes. And sometimes you don't see any hope of the person changing. That's true of the first two. With my friend last night, the way I described it to my buddy Tom was sometimes life says, pick them up by the shoulders and shake them and say, wake the fuck up. And maybe they will. Good chance they won't. But maybe they will, and that's how I did it last night. It was much more loving than a couple of these others. But it was with when my friend said, Yeah, but the Democrats do bad things too, and she could not see the difference between Trump and the Democrats. And I said, what fucking planet are you walking around on? You still have not forgiven the Democrats for saying, they never said you had to take the shot. They helped to create an environment in which some people said, well, we don't want you around then. If you don't take the shot, please don't come to our meetings. And that pissed you off a lot. So, I've said for a long time, don't call me nice, because I'm capable of not being nice. Long before waking up, that was true. But it's way true. It's way true now. At my best, I'm not nice at all, and proud of it. Yeah. Bye.